Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please take a seat. Tuesday Sangha is for everyone. Будешь раздавать, хорошо? Потом будешь здесь вот где-нибудь сидеть, окей? Со всеми в первом ряду. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining Tuesday Sangha. My name is Vrajalalana Devidasi. Very nice to see you. Please, by the raise of your hand, tell me who is here for the first time at the temple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations. Thank you so much. So in a few words, okay? One more person over there, right? Would you like to come closer so that we can hear each other? So in a few words, Tuesday Sangha is called Circle of Influence because here we learn, study, read Bhagavad Gita together. We learn how to meditate so that we can feel enlightened. And we take this practice to our homes, and that's how we enlighten our environment and ourselves. And at Tuesday Sanghas, we read Bhagavad Gita together. You will have a chance to ask questions, to share your realizations. And before we begin, we will do one round of Mahamantra. By the raise of your hand, please show me who haven't heard of Mahamantra before. Does everyone know what Mahamantra is? Yes? Okay. Does everyone know the words of Mahamantra? No? Okay. So for those who don't know, we have a stand here. Mahamantra consists of 16 words, which are holy names. And those names, they have a high potency, very high potency. Holy name is non-different from the Lord himself. Therefore, when we repeat Mahamantra, Man means mind, Tra, purification, Maha, big. Big purification is expecting you today. Therefore, when we repeat this Mahamantra, we get connected with the universal energy of love. Mahamantra is also love personified. Okay? And we're going to do this meditation on the Japamala beats. This is a very sacred process. Therefore, when you chant the mantra, we will be going like that, one by one, and will be a repetition of the Mahamantra on each beat. So just make sure that the beats are not on the floor and you hold it in your hand, okay? Those who would like to have the Japamala beats afterwards, you can get it for the donation. Okay, you can talk to me or you can go to the reception and they will be able to help you with that. All right, thank you so much. So Mahamantra was given to us by Lord Chaitanya, who is an incarnation of Lord Krishna himself, who appeared 500 years ago. And Before we begin the chanting, we will ask for the blessings from the Lord Chaitanya. We will repeat the mantra once. You can repeat it after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shrivas Adigora Bhakta Vrinda. Thank you so much. So how do we chant Mahamantra? Rule number 1, we sit straight. So why do we sit straight? Because when our body is straight, our mind is controlled. Our attention is in the body, and body is here and now. So our mind has tendency to go either to the future or to the past. When we sit straight, this controls the mind from going back and forth. So this is rule number 1. Second rule, we chant it loud. What is it loud? So that your neighbor can hear you. Okay? Perfect. Is there any questions? No? Excellent. So let's us begin. Normally, we hold Mahamantra in the back. Yes, but I will be holding it in my hands so that those who didn't chant the mantra before, you will see how the process is going. When you go home, you can put it in the back, okay? Let's begin. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahamantra ki jai. Thank you so much for wonderful chanting. How are you feeling after one round of Mahamantra? How? So peaceful. So peaceful, very good, right? Yes. So Mahamantra chanting is recommended on a daily basis. If you do the recommended dose of 16 rounds, now we just did one, you will feel transcendental. Yes. And for those, of course, we may run out of time, right? We may have difficulties with time management. It is also possible, for example, splitting the rounds into 4. So you can do 4 rounds before your breakfast, 4 rounds before your lunch, several rounds before your dinner, and several rounds before you go to bed. And of course, for the best result, if you chant all 16 rounds in the morning, between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m., the best result is guaranteed. Your mind will be immune to any kind of karmic reactions which are scheduled to be received during the day. This is Brahma Muhurta. Yes, this is, in other words, karma-free time. Yes, because this is the transcendental time after the rasa dance of the Lord. Okay, thank you everyone who joined. And we will continue reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. Is there anyone here who haven't read Bhagavad Gita before? Please raise your hand. Who haven't heard of Bhagavad Gita before? Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is another very powerful process of mind purification. Bhagavad Gita answers all of the questions, all of the life questions. It is absolute knowledge. It is Lord personified himself. It's none different from the Lord. And those who read Bhagavad Gita on a daily basis, they burn out all their karmic reactions for the day. Okay, perfect. Okay. Да, ты будешь тоже читать. Ты будешь со мной? Okay, this is Veronica. It's my daughter. She'll be reading with us today. She's so cute, right? Okay, wonderful. So to just give a little bit of a summary, we are now at chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita, text number 27. And just to summarize, chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita is about the difficulty that Arjuna, who is the servant of the Lord and he's his best friend, he's a warrior and he's experiencing very difficult times because in order to protect dharma, in order to perform his duty, he has to fight with his family members. And among those family members, his brothers, his teachers, and he's in a grief, which is very hard. So Arjuna is sharing his difficult emotions with Krishna, and Krishna is listening nicely to Arjuna. So when Krishna sees how much Arjuna is in grief, and he's helpless because of his pain and the situation itself, which is very traumatic, in chapter 2, Krishna gives the knowledge of the soul to Arjuna. So this is the start of our journey. We begin with the knowledge that we are spiritual. We are not material bodies. We are never born and we will never die because we're eternal. And we exist from time immemorial. We just change our bodies. Krishna gives this knowledge to Arjuna, and he speaks a very important verse, which is 2.41. When you have time at home, you can read it, which consists of 4 rules that we need to apply in life, which is a summary of the whole Bhagavad Gita. If we learn how to apply those rules in life, success and happiness is guaranteed. Okay? And then in chapter 3, when Arjuna learns the knowledge that he is a spiritual soul and we live actually in a spiritual world where we need to apply our material nature. Now the question is how to do that. Then Krishna speaks the knowledge of dharma in chapter number 3. And in chapter number 4, in order to perform that dharma, we should know how to serve the Lord, how to do it in the mode of service so that we do not acquire any additional karma, so that we can live karma-free life and be happy. So let's continue now. The way we're going to read, we will be going one by one. We will be reading Sanskrit, translation, and a part of a purport. Okay? Before we start, we will repeat a mantra, which is our obeisances to the absolute truth. We need to repeat it 3 times every time when we read scriptures. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, and let's give obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Guravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Let this class be an offering to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So chapter number 4, text 27. And I will begin. Sarvanindriya karmani prana karmani chapare Atma samyama yoga gnau durvati jnana dipite. Translation. Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all senses and of the life breath as oblations into the fire of the controlled mind. At our previous class, we discussed that sacrifice is the method recommended to satisfy the Lord. And there are different types of sacrifices. We can sacrifice the work of our senses. For example, we can control our senses for the satisfaction of the Lord. So how many senses do we have? What kind of senses do we have? Yes. So we have senses and sense objects, right? So smell, touch, these are the sense objects. And the senses are eyes, nose, tongue, ears, right? And therefore, when we control our senses, how can we control our senses? What do we do in order to control our senses? Yes, so we do meditation, for example, right? What does meditation do? How does it help us? We do yoga and pranayams. How does it help us? Yes, it gives us relief, right? From unnecessary desires, from difficult emotions, from difficult conditions, from the reactions that we bring, right, from work and everything. So this is one thing. Second thing, what else does it do when we control our senses? It helps us to purify them. Yes, so it becomes purifying. Why are we struggling with our emotions? Why are we struggling with our moods? Because our senses are not pure. Because we get in touch with different things, material things, such as maybe bad news, we hear things, we look at things that may disturb our senses. So sense control means decrease that influence as much as you can and increase the influence of the spiritual energy by meditating, reading Bhagavad Gita, associating with spiritual people, coming to the temple, and thus you will engage all of your senses in the process which is very purifying, spiritual, and calming. Okay? So now in this verse, we are speaking that those who are interested in achieving self-realization, it's not only just mind purification, but self-realization, meaning understanding that we are a spiritual soul, right? They control the mind and their senses, and they offer functions of their senses, such as and of the life breath as oblation into the fire of the controlled mind. Okay? Let's read the purport. The yoga system conceived by Patanjali is referred to herein. In the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, the soul is called Pratyak Atma and Parak Atma. As long as the soul is attached to sense enjoyment, it is called Parak Atma. So Parak Atma means the soul which is attached to sense enjoyment. But as soon as the same soul becomes detached from such sense enjoyment, it's called Pratyak Atma. The soul is subjected to the functions of the 10 kinds of air at work within the body. So those airs are also considered subtle body. So we have our subtle body of the mind. So when the soul transmigrates from one body to another, it actually goes through the subtle body with the help of the subtle body. And this is perceived for the breathing system. The Patanjali system of yoga instructs one on how to control the functions of the body's air in a technical manner so that ultimately all functions of the air within become favorable for purifying the soul of material attachments. So in this verse, we are getting an example how to purify the soul of material attachments through pranayama. Is there anyone who is familiar with pranayamas? You do it? Yes? On a daily basis? Perfect. And do you feel the difference before and after? Yes, excellent. According to this yoga system, Pratyak Atma is the ultimate goal. And Pratyakatma, again, it is the soul which is attached to, which is not attached to the sense enjoyment, right? Pratyakatma Atma is withdrawn from activities in matter. The senses interact with the sense objects, like the ear for hearing, eyes for seeing, nose for smelling, tongue for tasting, and hand for touching. And all of them are thus engaged in activities outside the self. In other words, if we focus on how our senses are attached to different sense objects, so for example, we're seeing things. If our senses are attached to something that we see, it means that we engage outside of ourself. So our self is within, it's our spirit soul, and the sense object are outside of us. So this is an example is given here. They're called the functions of the, just a sec, I lost. Oh, here. Touching and thus engaging, okay. They're called the functions of the prana vayu. The apana vayu goes downwards, vyana vayu acts to shrink and expand, samana vayu adjusts equilibrium, and udana vayu goes upwards. And when one is enlightened, one engages all this in searching for self-realization. So this is the process given by Patanjali Yoga, how to engage yourself in self-realization. What we're doing now, we are practicing actually Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means we learn through the knowledge, basically we revive our love towards Godhead. And by reviving that love, all of our senses got purified automatically, so we don't need to go through that difficult process of passing the air up and down in our body, which is very difficult nowadays to achieve. Are there any questions on this verse? No? Okay. Veronica will continue. We read Sanskrit first. Vrata.
Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their
Possessions.
and others by performing the severe austerities by practicing the yoga of eightfold
Mysticism.
or by studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge.
So there are again several ways on how to advance in transcendental knowledge. We can accept strict vows, or we can sacrifice our possessions, or we can perform severe austerities. So these are the ways which are recommended by Eightfold Yoga System. Okay, purport.
These sacrifices may be purchased into various dilations.
That
There
on.
are persons who are sacrificing their possessions in the form of various kinds of charities. In India, the rich merchantable company or
Princely orders.
orders open various kinds of charitable instructions like dharma, sala,
Anakshetra.
kshetra,
Siddhis. Shala. Shala.
sala, anasala,
Anata. Anathalaya.
and vidyadhika.
Distribution.
distribution, food, education, and medical treatment, free to the poor, and these charitable
Activities.
activities are called Dravyamaya Yajna.
So here are some more examples on how the yagya can be performed. There can be some sacrifices in the form of various kinds of charities, right? And those charities are called Dravya Maya Yagya. Okay, let's continue from Prabhu. Yeah, please continue. There are other two. Next sentence.
All these distributing food, education, and medical treatment free to the poor. All these charitable activities are called Dravyama and Yajna.
Mhm.
There are others who for higher elevation in life, all for promotion to higher planets within the universe, voluntarily accept many kinds of austere, austerities
Mhm.
such as Chandrayana and Chaturmasya.
Mhm.
These processes entail severe wars for conducting life under certain rigid rules. For example, under the Chaturmasya, both the candidates does not shave for 4 months during the year, July to October, does not eat certain food, does not eat twice in a day, and does not leave home.
So this is another type of a sacrifice which are called strict vows.
Such sacrifice such sacrifice of the comforts of life is called Tapomaya Yajna.
Mhm.
There are still others who engage. There are still others. There are still others who engage themselves in different kinds of mystic yogas, like Patanjali system for merging into the existence of absolute, or Hatha yoga or Ashtanga yoga for particular perfections, and some travel to all the uh, scientific places or uh,
Pilgrimage.
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 Pilgrimage. All these practices are called yoga yojana, sacrifice for a certain type of perfection in the material world.
In other words, yagyas are given to us so that we reach perfection, right? And we can do it by giving processions, by taking strict vows, by going onto a pilgrimage to the spiritual places.
There are others who engage themselves in the studies of a different Vedic literatures. Specifically, these Upsanidas and Vedanta Sutras or Sankhya philosophies. All of these are called Swadhyaya Yajna, or engagement in the sacrifice of studies. These all these yogis are faithfully engaged in different types of sacrifice and or seeking a higher status of life. Krishna consciousness, however, is different from these because it is the direct service of a supreme Lord. Krishna's consciousness cannot be attained by any one of the above mentioned types or sacrifice, but can be attained only by the mercy of Lord and his bona fide devotees. Therefore, Krishna's consciousness is transcendental.
Yes, so the conclusion of this verse that Krishna consciousness is not attained by all those sacrifices. Those sacrifices are very hard to perform, right? And Krishna consciousness is not achieved through them. That's right. Krishna consciousness means that we are reviving that dormant life for the God, and that love becomes manifest through our actions, through our psychology, through our emotions, through our, like, the way we act, the way we feel, what we do, what we say everywhere. And it is, as it is said here, achieved by the mercy of the Lord and His devotees and through devotional service. Thank you so much. Okay, next, text number 29. Yeah. Thank you. So in this verse, there is explained another method of sacrifice when we sacrifice our breath, which is even more difficult process, right? Okay, purport. And let's stop here. So in other words, Krishna consciousness gives us all of the results that are practiced, that are possible for other yoga systems. And Krishna consciousness, it is the process which is easily performed. So when it is says that through devotional service, we achieve the same results and our senses are purified, what does it mean for us? What is included into that devotional service that we can perform on a daily basis easily to achieve similar results? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, so you were saying, if I understood you correctly, about balancing the chakras, right? And if the chakras are balanced, we feel better. Yes, so this process we can also offer. How does it become a devotional service? What does it mean? What is devotional service? Who can explain? Do we know that? Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 So if I hear you correctly, you purify yourself and that helps you to believe, right? It helps. and to connect, right? And I will give here even more, right, for the easy process, actually. And this is a very good way, actually, we need to practice. So we do sports, right? We eat well, we go to bed early, we raise early, we do this process of chakra cleansing and all of that in order to connect. I like that, what you said, because the goal in mind is to connect with the Lord. What Lord speaks about in Bhagavad Gita and in other scriptures, actually, it's a very, very easy way on how to connect. There is basically main things that we do, and in addition to that, we can practice the chakra balancing and yoga system and all of this. So first of all, chanting the holy names. Chanting the holy names is the devotional process which is recommended in the age of Kali, which is one of the major things that, and very easy, right? It's a process of, it's called also sadhana, which is spiritual efforts that we perform on a daily basis. Second thing, what else is devotional service? Is to engage our senses in the service. What does it mean, engage our senses in the service? So how do we know that they're into the service of the Lord? Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. So the scriptures, yes? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Who are they then? Mm. You start like feeling the soul in them, right? You start perceiving them spiritually. Is it what you're saying? Yeah, the positive vibes. Yes. It's the ability to see the best in people, and what is the best in people is our soul, correct? Yes. So I will continue just to add to what you've said, right? How do we know that we are performing devotional service? Is when we engaging to anything which is good for Krishna consciousness and rejecting anything which is not good for Krishna consciousness. Like, for example, eating a lot of sweets at night and going to bed really late, is it good for Krishna consciousness? Will it make your mind clear and emotions pure? Will it? No. Will you be able to concentrate on the wisdom and read in the morning? No, right? So which means that this function has to be decreased, right? This means you're engaging yourself into the service of the Lord, meaning that the goal is to satisfy the Lord. The goal is to become closer to Him. Devotional service makes us closer to the Lord, okay? What else? Hearing things. There are things that actually enlighten us, and there are things that actually make us upset, and they disconnect us with the spiritual vibration. Therefore, when we engage our hearing into something that enlightens us, makes us willing to perform, right? Willing to read, willing to chant, engage ourselves in spiritual studies, that means we're engaging ourselves in a devotional service, and that means that the Lord is happy. Yes, and please tell me, is it possible without the knowledge? Like, for example, we are meditating on the silence, or we are meditating on the light, and if we know nothing about Bhagavad Gita, and if we never chant the holy name, do you think it will be possible to connect with that vibration? Mm-hmm. 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 So actually, without knowledge of God, we cannot connect with God. We can actually love what we know. If we have no knowledge of someone, we cannot love that someone. Therefore, in order to love and in order to understand and to satisfy the Lord, make him happy, we need to read about the Lord, what he says here in Bhagavad Gita. Everything what he wants, he speaks in Bhagavad Gita. If we read it on a daily basis and we follow his instructions, this is another major devotional service that we can do, and it also controls our senses, our eyes, our hearing, and our tongue, and first of all, our mind. Thank you so much. Let's continue. So next person, you're welcome to read. He's at once raised to the platform of liberation. The next sentence. No, we are still doing 29. We are finishing it. So Krishna conscious person never falls down. So the one who's engaged in devotional service, he is protected in that way. And why do you think without sense control it's not possible to get out of the material entanglement? Yes. Yes. So what is the wrong direction? What is the wrong direction? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And how does it interrupt? Mm-hmm. Yes. In other words, his senses are entangling him, right? So here it is says, without sense control, there is no possibility of getting out of the material entanglement because through the senses we actually get entangled. Therefore, when we control them, we detangle ourselves. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, and that's a very good point because when we're chanting the God's name, it satisfies all of the senses. Senses are impossible to satisfy through the material engagement. Have you tried giving yourself as many treats as you can and check if your senses are satisfied? Senses are never satisfied. They want something else. They always want something else. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there are two types of ego. There is real ego, which is our true self, and there is a false ego, which is a self-perception through the material senses, thinking that if I possess this, if I enjoy this, I will be happy. This is the false ego. when we identify ourselves with the material nature. When we are not identified, when we understand, even if I don't have it, I have the ability to be happy because I'm a spirit soul and my spirit soul is eternally happy. So when we engage ourselves in a spiritual practice and Krishna consciousness, we get connected with that eternity. Because in the spiritual world, there is no grief, there is no unhappiness, and there is no fear. That's right. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. That's right. Yes, thank you so much for adding for this nice comment. Okay, so text number 30. Who is next? Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much. So, in conclusion, right, sense gratification entangles us, and sacrifices, they purify our senses, and by purifying our senses, we get rid of those karmic reactions that actually attach us to this material world. And it also said here that without this purification, we cannot get out, basically. We keep getting born into this material reality. And why do you think it is so? Why through the senses we may gain this freedom, or we again get stuck? How does that process happen? How would you explain that the senses play such a vital role? Yes. So in other words, whatever we do on a daily basis becomes our habit. And through that habit, we get impressions of ourselves. So we get those perceptions of the world, of ourselves, how we feel. And in chapter 7, Krishna will be speaking that whatever we think at the time of death, that state of mind that we have at the time of death, that state we will achieve in the next life. Therefore, if we create habits, which are material habits, right, of attachments, we will
be born in the same atmosphere of those attachments. If we create the spiritual vision of ourself and life, if we create by the practice of devotional service spiritual emotions, which is love for God, seeing in everyone the spirit soul, as you said, right? The taste towards chanting the Maha Mantra with your whole heart and love, that will connect us with the spiritual world, and that will give us a chance to go back to Godhead after this life. So that's how it is. Thank you. Text number 31. So sacrifice, in other words, recommended no matter what. And the best sacrifice, which is recommended again in the age of Kali, is chanting the holy name. It's given to us, which is the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and we need to repeat it 16 rounds daily. And this is the best sacrifice, which is recommended. Okay. Yeah, so the highest process of the sacrifice is given by the process of Krishna consciousness, which is again the devotional service. And the fact that we are reading Bhagavad Gita now together, we are performing this devotional service, and the fact that we chanted one round of Maha Mantra, we also performed the devotional service, and the fact that you're here in a spiritual atmosphere in the temple and you were taking darshan, you also performed this devotional service. This is the sacrifices that we can do on a daily basis to make our life happy and spiritually blissful. Okay, so we still have time for one more text. Text number 32.
All these different types of sacrifice are Proper. Different types of sacrifice, as discussed above, are mentioned in the Vedas to suit the different types of purpose because men are so deeply absorbed in bodily concept. These sacrifices are so arranged that what can work either with the body, with the mind, or with the intelligence. But all of them are recommended for ultimately bringing about liberation from the body. This is confirmed by the Lord herewith from his own mouth.
Yes, wonderful. So this verse concludes that there are different types of sacrifices that we've learned today, and they are actually for different type of people with different types of work. Why do we have different types of work? Because we have different desires and different abilities. So some people are capable of sacrificing their senses, controlling their senses. Some people are not. Therefore, for some people, it is recommended, if you read at the beginning of chapter 4, to sacrifice their possessions, for example, and that will gradually help them to control their senses. Some people are already capable of living without so many possessions. Now they can control their senses. Some people are even able to control their breath and so forth, right? This is all studied here. So there are different types of sacrifices. The main point is that the sacrifice is the means of the liberation, and it is called from the body, and it's all actually, while we are in this body, from the bodily conception of life, from thinking, oh, I am this body. If something goes on with my body, then something is wrong with me, which is actually not. If something goes on with the body, it goes on with the body. Our true eternal self is blissful, happy, and eternal, and we have to remember that. We still have time. Let's do one more text. You would like to read? Sure. Okay.
Shreyam Dravyam Yajya Gyanyati Pra Prantat Sarv Karm in Aat Jano Gyane Parish Parisha Mayat Tate. O chastiser of the enemy, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than the mere sacrifice of material possessions. After all, O son, O Partha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge.
So Krishna is saying here that sacrifice performed in knowledge, so when we are in knowledge, actually, when we are performing the sacrifice, it is better than a mere sacrifice of material possessions. More about it, you can read in chapter 17, in chapter 16, chapter 18 on how to perform different kinds of sacrifices depending on the place, time, circumstance, mood, and etc. But ultimately, all sacrifices of work, for example, we are working, right? You're performing some kind of work. It is also sacrifice if you are doing it for the satisfaction of the Lord. You're going to work, you're thinking, will my action satisfy the Lord? And that will become an offering. You're reading Bhagavad Gita. I would like to read it in a way so that the Lord is happy. I will engage all of my senses in that reading to make the Lord happy, and that will become a sacrifice. And ultimately, all the sacrifices will culminate in transcendental knowledge. Purport?
The purpose of all sacrifices is to arrive at the status of complete knowledge, then to gain release from the material miseries, and ultimately to engage in loving transcendental service to Supreme Lord. Krishna consciousness. Nonetheless, there is a mystery about all these different activities of sacrifice, and one should know this mystery. Sacrifices sometimes take different forms according to the particular faith of the performer. When one's faith reaches the stage of transcendental knowledge, the performer of a sacrifice
In other words, when we perform our sacrifices, we need to make sure that we understand how Krishna wants us to perform those sacrifices so that we can gain spiritual benefit. There is no point of giving out your procession or doing the sacrifices. There is no spiritual benefit behind because we're still accumulating karma in that case.
Real knowledge illuminates a Krishna consciousness, the highest stage of transcendental knowledge without the elevation of knowledge, sacrifice, or simple material activity.
And material activities, what they do, we perform action, there will be a reaction. That's the karmic law. Therefore, the whole purpose of studying the Vedas and engaging ourselves in the spiritual knowledge is to transcend the karma.
When, however, they are elevated to the level of transcendental knowledge, all such activities enter onto the spiritual platform depending on the difference in consciousness. Sacrificial activities are sometimes called karma kanda. Fruitive activities and sometimes janana kanda. Knowledge is pursuit of truth. It is better when the end is knowledge.
That's right. Yeah. So when we perform fruitive activities, we gain what we gain. We may gain karmic reactions. But when we perform spiritual activities, we become karma free. And therefore, Krishna is saying here that it's better for us to perform sacrifices in knowledge. In other words, we are studying Bhagavad Gita and we are learning how to do it so that we remain karma free. Okay, so it's time, the darshan time is coming soon. Next time we will be reading text number 34 of chapter 4, which is very, very important because Krishna will start speaking about the role of a spiritual master in our life. And for today, please, let's share your realizations, what you've learned today, what you would like to practice during this week, what you're taking, what kind of new knowledge you're taking with yourself that probably will help you to act different, to feel different. What is it? It's a really nice time we spent together. So it's a good memory. Okay.
And we came to know about really new things like as it was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot of new things, how to read a Bhagavad Gita and how to do a Japamala, like to perform these kind of activities.
Thank you so
So it's really
much.
like totally change of life.
Wonderful. Yes. And as we read in Bhagavad Gita today, by the mercy of the Lord and his devotees, you can also pass this knowledge and this impression to other people so that they can benefit from it too. Thank you so much for sharing this. You wanted to say something too, right? Mm-hmm. How deep it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. In and out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Realization for today. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Anyone else who would like to share? Yes, please. Where is your home? Oh, you're from Nepal. Nice. So nice. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm so happy to see all of you. Would you like to say something, are you? Okay, it's probably a time, right? Thank you so much. And please come for Prashadam, which is food offered to the Lord. It's also devotional service. Hare Krishna.